Ever wonder how your spending habits as a teenager could impact your financial future? Let's take a moment to consider this. As teenagers, we often find ourselves facing a multitude of choices, some of which revolve around money. From deciding whether to buy that trendy new outfit or save for a car, to choosing between a fancy meal out or a simple home-cooked dinner. These decisions might seem trivial in the moment, but each one is a step that shapes our financial habits. Picture this. You're in a candy store with a pocket full of change. You could spend it all right now on a handful of sweets, satisfying that immediate desire. That's what we call immediate gratification. But what if you chose to save that change instead, maybe adding to it over time, until you could buy something bigger, something that lasts longer, like a new video game, or even a concert ticket to see your favorite band? That's the essence of long-term financial goals. As teenagers, we tend to lean towards immediate gratification. It's not necessarily a bad thing. After all, we're wired to seek out immediate rewards. However, the ability to delay gratification, to prioritize long-term goals over short-term desires, is a skill that can significantly impact our financial future. Every time you choose to save instead of spend, you're not just putting money aside. You're also cultivating a habit, a discipline that can help you navigate bigger financial decisions in the future. It's like planting a seed that will eventually grow into a tree of financial responsibility. So whether you're deciding to buy that new video game or save for your future education, remember, each decision, no matter how small, is a financial choice. And these choices aren't just about the here and now. They're about your future. They're about setting yourself up for financial success, about understanding the value of money and the importance of managing it wisely. Remember, the money habits you form now can shape your financial future. Let's take a look at the story of Alex, a teenager who made smart choices with his paycheck. Alex, like any other teenager, was thrilled when he received his first paycheck. He was tempted to splurge it all on the latest gadgets, designer clothing, and treats for his friends. But Alex, wise beyond his years, decided to take a different path. He was aware of the concept of immediate gratification versus long-term goals. The joy of buying a new pair of shoes or a video game console was undoubtedly exhilarating. But Alex understood that this immediate pleasure was fleeting. It would fade away as soon as the next trendy item hit the market. On the other hand, saving and investing his money would set him up for a more stable and comfortable future. So, Alex prioritized his needs over his wants. He asked himself, "Do I really need this?" every time he was tempted to make an impulsive purchase. This simple question helped him differentiate between his needs and wants. He made sure to set aside money for essentials like food, transportation, and school supplies before considering any other spending. But Alex didn't stop there. He also made trade-offs. Instead of dining out every weekend, he started cooking at home. Instead of buying a brand new phone, he chose to repair his old one. These small decisions allowed him to save a substantial amount of his paycheck every month. Moreover, Alex started tracking his spending. He maintained a record of his income and expenses, which helped him understand where his money was going. It was an eye-opening experience for him. He realized that small, unnecessary expenses were eating up a considerable part of his earnings. But what was the result of all this? Over time, Alex's savings started to grow. He was able to buy important things without relying on credit. He even started investing a small part of his paycheck, which began to multiply over time. His friends were surprised to see how well Alex was managing his finances. They couldn't understand how he could afford things they couldn't, even though they all earned roughly the same amount. Alex's story isn't about denying oneself of all pleasures. It's about making conscious decisions about where to spend your money, understanding the difference between needs and wants, and realizing the power of saving and investing. It's about understanding that the choices we make today will impact our financial future. It's about realizing that we have the power to shape our own financial destiny, no matter how young we are. Alex's story shows us that even as a teenager, making smart money decisions is not just possible, but also beneficial. What does it mean to prioritize needs over wants? Imagine this scenario. You have a fixed amount of pocket money each month. Now you're at your favorite store and you see two things. One, a trendy pair of sneakers that you've been eyeing for weeks. And two, a sturdy backpack that you need for school. Both cost the same. You can only afford one. What do you choose? This is where the concept of needs versus wants comes into play. A need is something you can't live without. It's essential for your survival or well-being. In our scenario, the backpack is a need. It's necessary for carrying your books and supplies to school. On the other hand, a want is something that you'd like to have, but it's not essential. It's often about comfort, pleasure, or satisfaction. In our example, the trendy sneakers are a want. They're cool and stylish, but not necessary for your survival or well-being. Now, why do we need to prioritize needs over wants? You see, money is a finite resource. You only have so much of it at any given time. If you spend your money on wants before satisfying your needs, you may find yourself in a tight spot when an essential need arises. And this is not just about buying stuff. It applies to saving and investing too. Saving for college or investing in a retirement fund may not seem exciting, but they're needs. They secure your future. Buying the latest gadget or going on a fancy vacation may be tempting, but they're wants. They provide immediate gratification but don't contribute to your long-term security. So how do you make smart trade-offs? It starts with awareness. Be conscious of your needs and wants. Then prioritize. Fulfill your needs first. If there's money left, then consider your wants. And remember, it's okay to treat yourself sometimes, but it's also important to plan for the future and make decisions that benefit you in the long run. Prioritizing needs over wants is a key step in managing money wisely. How can keeping track of your spending impact your financial future? Let's dive into the world of personal finance and discover the magic of money management. Imagine your money as a river. It flows in from multiple sources like an allowance, odd jobs, or your first part-time job. Now, how you channel this river defines the landscape of your financial future. And that's where tracking your spending comes into play. So what are the benefits of keeping a close eye on your cash flow? Well, the first one is increased awareness. When you track your spending, you gain a clear picture of where your money is flowing. It's like shining a light on your financial habits. You might find out you're spending a lot more on video games or fast food than you initially thought. The second benefit is identifying bad spending habits. We've all been there. A late-night online shopping spree, or maybe that extra-large pizza that was just too hard to resist. But these seemingly small expenses can add up over time. By tracking your spending, you can identify these pitfalls and work towards healthier financial habits. The third benefit lies in setting and achieving financial goals. Whether it's buying that new gaming console, saving up for college, or planning a trip with friends, tracking your spending can help you reach these goals. By knowing where your money goes, you can make changes to your spending habits, save more, and get closer to your dreams. So how do you start tracking your spending? It's simple. You can use a notebook, a spreadsheet, or even a budgeting app. The method doesn't matter as much as the habit. The important thing is to start and to be consistent. Remember, tracking your spending isn't about depriving yourself of the things you love. It's about making smart choices, being in control of your money, and building a solid foundation for your financial future. Tracking your spending is like having a financial GPS, guiding you toward your financial goals. So why not start today? Your future self will thank you. So what's the big deal about the financial choices you make as a teenager? You may be asking yourself, well, let's dive into it. Imagine you're on a journey, and every financial decision you make is a step on your path. Some steps may lead you towards a bright, sunny meadow, while others might take you into a dark, thorny forest. The reality is, the financial choices you make during your teenage years can set the course for your entire financial journey. Let's start by looking at the potential long-term effects of these decisions. Suppose you decide to buy that latest smartphone or that trendy pair of sneakers with your paycheck, instead of saving or investing it. Sure, it feels great in the moment, but what you might not realize is that you're missing out on the magic of compound interest. You see, when you save or invest your money, it doesn't just sit there. It grows. It works for you. Over time, even a small amount can turn into a substantial sum. So by choosing immediate gratification over saving or investing, you're potentially missing out on a bigger payoff in the future. Next, let's talk about purchasing a home. A house is likely one of the most significant purchases you'll ever make. And guess what? Your financial habits now can affect your ability to buy a home in the future. If you're constantly spending your entire paycheck without saving, it could be challenging to gather the money needed for a down payment. Not to mention, your spending habits can impact your credit score, which is a crucial factor lenders consider when you apply for a mortgage. Now let's fast forward a bit and talk about retirement. Yes, retirement may seem like a lifetime away, but the financial decisions you make now can significantly impact your retirement savings. If you start saving and investing early, your money will have more time to grow. This means you could potentially have a larger nest egg when you retire, providing you with more financial stability and freedom in your golden years. And finally, there's the matter of financial independence. Your financial choices now can either set you on a path towards financial independence or a path of constant financial stress. By making smart choices with your paycheck, you can begin to build a strong financial foundation that will serve you well throughout your life. So when you receive your next paycheck, take a moment to think about the long-term implications of your financial decisions. Remember, every choice you make now can either lead you closer to your financial goals or further away. Your choices today can have a significant impact on your financial future. Choose wisely. Let's quickly recap what we've learned today. We've embarked on quite an eye-opening journey, haven't we? We've delved into the world of financial choices, understanding how each decision we make with our paycheck can shape our lifestyle and our future. We began our adventure by exploring the financial choices teenagers often face. We saw how easy it can be to get swept up in the moment, to choose immediate gratification over long-term benefits. But we also discovered how rewarding it can be to resist that temptation, to choose wisely, and think about the future. Our journey then took us to the tale of a wise teen. Remember that story? It's a powerful example of how making smart decisions with your paycheck can lead to a much more fulfilling and secure lifestyle. The wise teen showed us that prioritizing needs over wants isn't about depriving ourselves, but about making choices that will benefit us in the long run. Next, we tackled the concept of prioritizing. We learned that it's not just about choosing what we want now, but about deciding what we want most. We discovered that prioritizing our needs over our wants can help us make the most of our paycheck, ensuring that we're not just surviving, but thriving. Then, we delved into the importance of tracking our spending. We saw how keeping track of where our money goes can give us a clearer picture of our financial habits. We learned that by understanding our spending patterns, we can identify areas where we might be overspending and areas where we can save. Finally, we discussed the impact of our choices. We saw how each decision we make with our paycheck has a ripple effect, impacting not just our immediate lifestyle, but our long-term financial security as well. We learned that by making smart choices now, we can level up our lifestyle and secure our financial future. So, what's the takeaway from all this? It's simple. Every paycheck is an opportunity. An opportunity to make choices that will enhance our lifestyle, not just now, but in the future as well. By prioritizing our needs over our wants, tracking our spending, and understanding the long-term impact of our decisions, we can make the most of every paycheck. And remember, this isn't about depriving ourselves of the things we enjoy. It's about making smart choices that will allow us to enjoy even more in the future. It's about leveling up our lifestyle, not just for the moment, but for the long haul. Remember, every paycheck presents an opportunity to make smart choices that can level up your lifestyle and secure your financial future.